Thank you, gentlemen. Well, for many, when it comes to quitting smoking, it is not an easy task. And, any strategy to help them quit is welcome. Now, that is why we have Grant Hines in studio. He's here to chat with us through some apps that can help you along this journey. Now, the app can't quit for you, but it can help you make it a bit easier.
That's right. And different people require different methods of quitting. And sometimes having an app that's constantly reminding you what to do in the way that you want it to will help, which is really good. And we use it for other behavioral things like fitness, eating, calorie counting. That's what we use our phones for. Why not for quitting?
Okay.
So the first app that I want to talk about is an app called Quitture. So this uses cognitive behavioral therapy to help you quit, which is really interesting. And they have a 6-day program and claim that 95% of people that have taken the program have actually quit. And the main reason is that because it's cognitive behavioral therapy, it's working with you, working with science, or the idea of science psychologically, to help you wean you off smoking. So
is this now to help you perhaps get rid of the habit of smoking?
Yes. So yeah, exactly. It's about getting rid of the habitual reasons that people smoke.
Okay.
And I think that's why there's a large percentage of people that wean off, because yes, tobacco is super addictive. A huge part of that is social, and it's also behavioral. So it's trying to undo those things. The second app, and actually the next two as well, which are really cool, is Quit Now. So Quit Now is what I would call negative reinforcement. So, when it's like, some people respond to this very well, but it shows you your ex-smoker status, which is, it helps you focus on how many days that you've been smoke-free.
Okay.
So, it pushes you to start counting those things, and I call it like guilt tripping, because you want to keep that up as far as possible. And then there's a community tab, which is, as I said, a lot of smoking is also the community and the people that you're around. And there's two groups in the community tab. The first group of people is people that have quit and have not smoked, and the second group of people is people that are still smoking, trying to not smoke. So you want to make sure that you get into the other group of people, but as soon as you relapse, you get
back to the
other group. So it's trying to get you into a community of people that aren't smoking and that can encourage you. And I know this sounds so lame, but it was like when I was skateboarding at school. You always skateboard better when you skateboard with other people. When you do these things, or you try to take on these challenges by yourself, it's very hard to do that. And having other people that have successfully been able to quit around you can really help push you and motivate you to go like, oh wait, this isn't as hard as I've painted it in my head. This is something I can actually physically do.
Are these different developers that develop these apps? Because
Yes.
I love how the first one is Quitture, and now this is Quit Now. And do we have another quit app?
It's called Quit Smoking, that's the other one. Quit Smoking, Stop Smoking Counter.
For real?
Yeah, literally. I mean, maybe that's what people search. Maybe it was like a smart thing. People wanted to search quit smoking on the app stores, and that's what they come up with. But why I've chosen these three is that they have different approaches to quitting that might appeal to you.
Okay.
So everybody has different theories as to what will work for them. And actually, the goal is to quit. It doesn't matter how you get there, the goal is to quit. So whatever works best for you. And again, these apps can help facilitate those behavioral changes. This other quit smoking app is really cool as well. It's also what I would call this more positive reinforcement, although it fits a lot with the more of the previous app, but it will remind you of the benefits of not smoking. So every time you go through a day without smoking, there's a button, and it will say, okay, cool, you've been 4 days without smoking, and remind you of what's being rebuilt in your body, the health that you're actually regaining. So because of that positive reinforcement, you don't really want to relapse, or at least it's pushing you not to relapse, until you get to a stage of like, look at the health of your lungs, look at the health of your body, you should be able to breathe better, you're on day 12, that kind of thing. And again, so that's more positive reinforcement. And if you do get rid of habits a lot faster with positive reinforcement, I highly recommend Quit Smoking.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Grant. Thank you for bringing all the different quits along. Quit Sure, Quit Now, Quit Smoking. Those are just some of the apps that can help you facilitate. And this morning for our Good Morning Post, we actually asked you on social media, are you a smoker? Have you tried to quit? And you've sent through those amazing voice notes. Let's listen to some of them that's come through.
Good morning, Expresso. I've been smoking also just, I don't know what, for about 17, 18 years. I've tried the whole vaping thing, but because a few years ago I was diagnosed with epilepsy after an accident.
Sure.
And the vaping doesn't help because it brings on the seizures. So I quit that immediately, and so the smoking option just came back, and because it just relaxes someone, you know, you can just breathe in, breathe out.
Okay, thank you for that voice note. Well, you know, our WhatsApp line, it is open. That number is 063 408 8863. I think there are quite a few people that managed to quit during lockdown because cigarettes wasn't available. So let's take a listen to our next voice note.
Good morning. My name is Shan, and I smoked for 46 years, and I gave up during lockdown. I am so proud of myself, and I am happy to know that I don't even crave to have a cigarette again. It is an absolutely amazing feeling. Only problem is that I've put on a little bit of weight, but you know what, we can fight that at some stage.
Definitely. Shan, thank you for sharing. That is so amazing that you quit after 46 years of smoking.
All of that money that you're saving now, that's the other part of it.
That's also a positive reinforcement to
Yes,
remind
there we
yourself.
go. I work with positive reinforcement. So
There we go. Grant Hines, thank you for joining us. And of course, if you're a smoker, planning on smoking, perhaps you've stopped smoking, this is the show for you, so stay tuned.